You've got to stop saying you have art block because it does not exist. Now, is there something going on? Sure, but it isn't what you think it is, and I'm going to break it down for you so that you never have this so-called art block again. So if you're ready, let's get it. So there are two main instances when people claim to have art block. The first is when they just generally don't know what they want to draw. This is a simple one to solve for. The second is when an artist is tasked with a particular assignment or goal, and they struggle to know what to do in order to solve this design issue. This is also simple to solve, but it will require more effort on your part. Now, before I drop the secret sauce, do me a favor and like the video so that it reaches more people who need help with this. And while you're at it, subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos. Now, scenario 1. Let's say you wake up one day. It's a brand new day and you think to yourself, you know what? I've got this strong itch to draw something. You don't know what you're going to draw, but you just know you've got this itch you have to scratch. And so what do? Well, you whip out your sketchbook or your tablet and you start getting to work only to realize you have no clue where to start. In fact, you might even lay down some marks, but you quickly grow frustrated that nothing feels right. So you say, screw it, I'll draw another time because clearly I have art block. Oh, but wait a minute. Let's say you've got a good friend watching you through this. A no-nonsense kind of guy, right? And this friend of yours decides to ask you, hey, wait a moment, what happened? Why'd you stop? And you give whatever lame excuse you have, like, I can't figure out what I want to draw. But then this friend of yours, because he's a real one, checks you real quick and asks you, but didn't you tell me just yesterday that you suck at drawing rhythm and expressions and whatever? Just insert whatever weakness you have there. So then the question becomes, well, if you don't know what you want to draw, why didn't you just decide to do what you know you need to work on? And God forbid your response is something like, ugh, I don't feel like it. Your issue isn't art block, my friend. Your issue is that you allow such an idea to get in the way of you doing what it is that you know you need to do. So you feel like drawing, and I'm sure you feel like getting better, but you don't feel like doing what you need to do. Art block in this case is just a convenient boogeyman. I don't believe in this boogeyman, therefore it can't stop me, and I don't think it should stop you either. Seriously, just imagine the kind of artist you would be if every time you couldn't figure out what you wanted to draw, you just decided to train your weaknesses. That version of you sounds pretty badass, doesn't it? And imagine if you had access to a completely free guide below this video that showed you exactly what you need to train in order to unlock this badass. Now, wouldn't that be nice? It actually is below this video and you should grab it. But the point of what I'm getting at here is that there's never a reason to not figure out what to draw other than I don't feel like it, because there's always a weakness to work on no matter how good you get. And every time you allow this so-called art block to be an excuse, you really just betray yourself. Now, what about the second scenario for art block? This is also simple, but it's going to require a lot more work on your part, so make sure you pay close attention here. Let's say you have the task of creating a specific type of character. Maybe it's a mysterious cyberpunk agent who's gone rogue to go and take down the corrupt corporation that's turned them into a cyborg experiment. And so you start to draw this character, but then you realize that your issue may not be particularly linked to pure drawing skill, but that you struggle to come up with ideas that work effectively for your concept. In that moment, you might be thinking, well, I've been able to come up with ideas for characters before, so why can't I do it now? In that moment, you might feel like you're lacking the creativity to solve the design problem. You might claim that you have art block. But what is creativity really? There is this pervasive and incredibly stupid idea out there that creativity is simply expressing yourself, and this could not be further from the truth. Like, do you really think you can just vomit colors onto a canvas and then call yourself creative? Clearly no, because if everyone can do it, then no one's special, no one's creative, right? But so many people these days want a participation trophy just for expressing themselves. But anyway, actual creativity is the ability to come up with solutions to a problem, ideas that are actually effective. And so generally, the more solutions you can come up with for a particular problem, the more creative you can be. If you've ever taken any kind of standardized IQ style test, you may have had the task of coming up with a bunch of use cases for a particular item in under 1 minute. Let's say, for example, a pencil. And as you go through all these ways in which you can use a pencil, you start to realize very quickly that your obvious options tend to run out very quickly. And then your solutions start to become a lot more unorthodox. For example, using your pencil as a makeshift drumstick on your desk in the middle of class to piss everybody off. Or you can pull a John Wick and use it to assassinate several people, Baba Yaga style. These are just some examples of creative thinking and how we've tried to measure people's ability to do so. So yes, there are some people who have a natural knack for being problem solvers, but like any other skill, there are ways to develop it and hone it. Ultimately, it's going to come down to the experience that you have with the particular problem that you're trying to solve for, or your ability to pull from the experiences you have solving similar problems in order to solve the one that's in front of you. So for the cyberpunk example, it isn't that you have this thing called art block that's stopping you. It's that you lack the experience to solve this sort of problem consistently, and it's going to require a lot of mental energy for you to solve the issue. Now, how do you work towards solving this? What you want to do is make it a point to become a sponge for anything that you observe. Anything you can observe that lends itself to solving the issue at hand. Take the time to observe and understand it, which is something I speak about in another video that dives into the truth about what drawing actually is. I'll throw a link to that video for you right here in the corner. Essentially, what you want to do is make it a point to understand and internalize the things that you observe. This could be anything in the real world, things that you see in movies, shows, video games, etc. And if you understand these things well enough, you'll be able to recall them when needed. With myself, for example, I use music to force certain visuals to the forefront of my mind. So, if it's a cyberpunk design, I'll listen to more electronic or industrial tracks. And because my mind associates this music with cyberpunk soundtracks, it conjures up memories of this aesthetic I'm going for, or that will inspire new ideas that fall into a similar light. And of course, I use reference as well. So my reference, in combination with the right music, creates the right atmosphere for me to focus my creativity towards solving the problem at hand. My guide below this video goes into how you can observe your reference more effectively, so be sure to grab that on your way out. And if you found all this useful, like the video and subscribe for more in the future. Until next time, peace.